lot of you play sports. And I did too growing up. I played softball and ran cross country in high school, and I participated in sports too, and I still do to this day. Now, sports give us the opportunity to be healthy, to work as a team, to build our self-confidence, and it's also fun. So you think sports are a wonderful thing, right? Okay, well, I'm here to tell you that's not always the case. When done in excess, like most things in life, it can be very harmful. There are some harmful side effects that can come from excessive participation in youth sports. Some of those include physical and emotional problems, as well as time constraints and financial constraints on family. I want to first talk about the physical. Now, I asked you guys before I started if any of you had injuries, and most of you that play sports have. And I also asked you if you ever felt pressured to play through those injuries. All of you that have had an injury felt that. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that, because according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, half of all sports injuries in teenagers and children are overuse injuries. Those overuse injuries include stress fractures, ruptured ligaments, growth plate injuries, and many more. And the thing about these injuries is they can continue to bother you throughout the rest of your life. They can cause problems for the rest of your life. And another thing about these injuries is 100% of overuse injuries are preventable. Now, being your age, until you're an adult, your body is still developing and growing and changing, and because of that, you're much more prone to overuse injuries. And because of that, you should also not train and work out and compete like an adult does. But we live in a society now where it is very important to be the best. Everyone's always pushing harder and harder and harder and trying to get better and better and better. Now, trying to get better is not a bad thing at all. But when it's not done safely, it can cause issues. You can have, like I said, any of these overuse injuries as well as other injuries. My husband's a physical therapist, and he works with a competitive softball team. He also works with a high school football team and many other sports teams, and he is finding that a lot of them have the same problem that you do, that they are getting injured and they are playing through those injuries. And because of this, they're getting to where they can't compete, because they're not taking time off, they're not letting their bodies rest, and they're not healing properly. Another concern is the emotional side effects. Now, I know growing up everyone said, sports can really help boost your self-esteem, and I think they can. It's great to feel a part of a team and to feel like you contributed, and the feeling of winning is awesome. I love that, but when done in excess and with really high stress and pressure, sports can actually be very harmful to your self-esteem. It can be very hard. The stress of always wanting to be the best, when you're competing at a high level on competitive teams and things like that, you're getting that pressure from your team members, your coaches, your parents, and yourself to be the best. And that can be really hard on you. And it can also cause burnout. Sometimes it can make sports not fun anymore. Another constraint that comes from some of these excessive amounts of sports is on family time. If you are constantly playing in a different city every week, if you're competing somewhere different all the time, you're always traveling, you can have some sibling rivalry if some of you compete, some of you don't. It can cause a lot of stress in a family, as well as financial stress. CBS did a report. One mother said she spends $4,000 a year on her son's, $7,000 a year on her son's baseball team. Another parent said he spends between $7,000 and $10,000 on his kids to play club volleyball. That is a lot of money. So I think it's really important that we should get back to playing for fun. Now, that being said, I don't think we shouldn't try to compete and we shouldn't try to win. We need to do it safely. We need to make sure that we're giving our bodies the ample rest that they need, and that there's still an element of fun in it. Both parents and kids are putting so much time into making sure that their kid is the best. You don't want to miss out on those opportunities because of injuries or because you get burned out and it's no longer fun. I really encourage both parents and coaches, and you guys are old enough, I also encourage you to take a look at how much time you're putting into your sports. Work hard try, but also make sure you're working safely and that it's still fun for you, and that